In the heart of a sprawling metropolis, nestled in a quiet corner of the city, lived a woman named Eliza. Eliza was a successful architect, known for her modern designs and innovative use of space. Her days were filled with meetings, blueprints, and the constant hum of construction. Despite her success, Eliza often found herself yearning for something more, something that her urban existence couldn't provide. One evening, after a particularly grueling day, Eliza received a letter in the mail. The envelope was old-fashioned, sealed with a wax stamp depicting a tree with intricate branches. Intrigued, she opened it and found an invitation to a secluded retreat in the Enchanted Forest, a place she had heard whispers about, but never dared to believe in. The invitation promised a week of tranquility, far away from the chaos of city life. Eliza hesitated for only a moment before deciding to accept the invitation. She packed a small suitcase with essentials and set off early the next morning, her heart filled with a mix of excitement and curiosity. The journey to the Enchanted Forest took her through winding country roads, past rolling hills, and finally to the edge of a dense forest. There, she found a cobblestone path leading into the trees. As she walked deeper into the forest, the sounds of the city faded away, replaced by the gentle rustling of leaves and the melodic chirping of birds. The air was cool and fragrant, filled with the scent of pine and wildflowers. Eliza felt a sense of peace wash over her, as if the forest itself was welcoming her into its embrace. After what felt like hours, but could have been minutes, Eliza arrived at a clearing where a quaint cottage stood. The cottage was built from stone and wood, with ivy climbing its walls and a thatched roof that looked as though it had grown straight out of the forest floor. A stream bubbled nearby, its crystal-clear water flowing over smooth stones. An elderly woman with silver hair and kind eyes stood at the cottage's door, smiling warmly at Eliza. "Welcome, my dear," she said, her voice soothing and melodic. "I am Seraphina, the caretaker of this sanctuary. Come inside and rest." Eliza followed Seraphina into the cottage, marvelling at its cosy interior. The walls were lined with shelves of books and jars filled with herbs and dried flowers. A fire crackled in the hearth, casting a warm glow over the room. Seraphina led Eliza to a comfortable armchair by the fire and handed her a steaming cup of herbal tea. "You must be tired from your journey," Seraphina said. "Drink this. It will help you relax." Eliza took a sip of the tea and felt an immediate sense of calm. The blend of chamomile, lavender, and other herbs seemed to melt away her stress, leaving her feeling light and drowsy. Over the next few days, Eliza settled into the rhythm of life in the Enchanted Forest. Each morning, she woke to the sound of birdsong and the gentle light of dawn filtering through the trees. She spent her days exploring the forest, discovering hidden groves and secret trails. She marvelled at the vibrant colours of the flowers and the graceful movements of the animals that called the forest home. In the evenings, Eliza would return to the cottage, where Seraphina would prepare delicious meals made from fresh, local ingredients. They would eat together by the fire, sharing stories and laughter. Eliza learned that Seraphina had been the caretaker of the forest for many years, tending to its needs and ensuring that it remained a place of peace and magic. One afternoon, as Eliza wandered through the forest, she came across a glade bathed in golden sunlight. In the centre of the glade stood a massive oak tree, its branches stretching towards the sky. The tree was unlike any she had ever seen, its bark shimmering with an ethereal glow. As she approached the tree, Eliza felt a gentle hum of energy in the air. She reached out to touch the bark, and as her fingers made contact, a wave of warmth and light enveloped her. She closed her eyes and felt herself being transported to another realm, a place where time and space seemed to dissolve. When she opened her eyes, Eliza found herself standing in a lush garden, surrounded by vibrant flowers and towering trees. The air was filled with the scent of jasmine and the soft sound of wind chimes. In the centre of the garden stood a marble fountain, its waters sparkling in the sunlight. A figure appeared at the edge of the garden, walking towards Eliza with a graceful, fluid motion. As the figure drew closer, Eliza saw that it was a woman with long, flowing hair and eyes that sparkled like stars. She wore a gown made of shimmering fabric that seemed to change colour with every step. "Welcome, Eliza," the woman said, her voice like a melody. "I am Leora, the guardian of this realm. You have been chosen to receive a gift, a piece of wisdom that will guide you on your journey." Eliza felt a sense of awe and gratitude as she listened to Leora's words. "What is this wisdom?" she asked. Leora smiled and reached out to touch Eliza's forehead. "Close your eyes and open your heart," she said. "The wisdom will reveal itself to you." Eliza did as she was told, and as she closed her eyes, she felt a surge of energy flow through her. Visions began to appear in her mind's eye, images of the forest, the city, and her own life. She saw herself as a child, playing in a meadow, free and unburdened. She saw the moment she decided to become an architect, driven by a desire to create beauty and order in the world. She saw the years of hard work and dedication, the successes and the failures, the moments of joy and the moments of doubt. And then she saw something else. She saw the interconnectedness of all things, the delicate balance between nature and humanity, the way every action and decision rippled outwards, affecting the world in ways both seen and unseen. She saw the importance of living in harmony with the earth, of respecting its rhythms and cycles, of nurturing the natural world, even as she pursued her own dreams. When Eliza opened her eyes, she felt a profound sense of clarity and purpose. Leora smiled at her, a look of understanding in her eyes. "The wisdom you have received is a gift," she said. "Use it well, and it will guide you on your path." Eliza thanked Leora and watched as the guardian faded into the light, leaving her alone in the garden. She took a deep breath and closed her eyes once more, feeling the energy of the realm envelop her. When she opened her eyes again, she was back in the glade, standing before the ancient oak tree. As the days passed, Eliza found herself reflecting on the wisdom she had received. She spent her remaining time in the Enchanted Forest with a renewed sense of purpose, embracing the beauty and tranquility of her surroundings. She helped Serafina with her daily tasks, learning about the plants and animals that made the forest their home. She meditated by the stream, listening to the soothing sounds of water and wind. And she took long walks, allowing her mind to wander and her spirit to soar. When the week came to an end, Eliza felt a mixture of sadness and gratitude. She knew it was time to return to the city, but she also knew that she was leaving with a new perspective, a deeper understanding of herself and the world around her. Serafina hugged her tightly and pressed a small carved wooden pendant into her hand. "Take this with you," Serafina said. "It is a token of the forest's magic. Whenever you feel lost or overwhelmed, hold it close and remember the wisdom you have gained." Eliza thanked Serafina and set off down the cobblestone path, the pendant clutched in her hand. As she walked, she felt a sense of calm and confidence, knowing that the enchanted forest would always be a part of her. Back in the city, Eliza returned to her work with a renewed sense of purpose. She began to incorporate elements of nature into her designs, creating spaces that were not only functional, but also harmonious with the environment. She advocated for sustainable building practices and green spaces, using her influence to promote a more balanced and mindful approach to architecture. In her personal life, Eliza made time for the things that brought her joy and peace. She spent weekends hiking in nearby parks, planting a small garden on her balcony, and practicing meditation and yoga. She reached out to old friends, rekindling relationships that had fallen by the wayside in the hustle and bustle of her career. And whenever she felt overwhelmed or disconnected, Eliza would hold the wooden pendant close and close her eyes, remembering the serenity of the enchanted forest and the wisdom she had received. She knew that, no matter where life took her, she carried the magic of the forest within her, a constant source of strength and inspiration. As the years passed, Eliza's work and life continued to evolve, shaped by the lessons she had learned in the enchanted forest. She became known not just for her architectural prowess, but for her commitment to creating spaces that nurtured the soul and honoured the natural world. And in doing so, she found a sense of fulfillment and peace that she had once thought elusive. In the end, Eliza realised that the true gift of the enchanted forest was not just the wisdom she had received, but the understanding that magic and beauty existed all around her, in the everyday moments of life. It was a lesson she carried with her always, a reminder that, even in the midst of a busy city, the tranquility and enchantment of the forest were never far away.